Hi, this is Cameron Ogden, Head of Solution Management at Datum. Welcome to the third video in our series on artificial intelligence and the future of data governance. In videos 1 and 2, we introduce you to the world of AI, machine learning, and deep learning. And then we spend some time showing you how machine learning and deep learning work. This is part 3 in our series where we connect the dots to what AI, machine learning hold for the future of data governance, big data, and industry practitioners. As we discussed in earlier videos, the business opportunities for AI are nearly limitless, but it can be very difficult to make the leap without a true governance model and a clear idea of how AI will drive certain business outcomes. At Datum, we're very passionate about artificial intelligence, and we've been helping companies of all makeups and sizes build capabilities to best take advantage of these opportunities. Consider this video a primer on the 4 points to know before getting started on your journey. Point number 1. In an AI world, it all comes down to the data. We talked a lot about in part 1 and 2 how AI algorithms need to be fed lots of data to train and optimize their prediction models. In general, the more data that's available, the better the algorithm can be optimized. So in machine learning, having the right data becomes even more important than the algorithm itself. This applies to both the input data and the actual features of the data itself. So things like tags, metadata, user data, and so on that are used to train the model. So what role does governance play in all this? Well, having the right data means that the data needs to be discovered, integrated, prepped, go through a process called data preprocessing, and cleansed, while also carefully identifying features of the data itself that can be used as a part of the analysis. And that's a big job. The more organized this process is through sound governance, which means having good data quality up front, a sound structure, a sound process, then the less time we would need to spend on the front end getting the input data prepped, cleaned, etc. Therefore, the whole process becomes much more efficient, and the end prediction results in a much more trustworthy model. Also, it's easy to overlook process and people when focusing on AI. It's not just about the tools. Having a process to identify the right data, enrich the model, oversee the training process, and then ensure it meets the end objective is absolutely paramount. Far too often, AI teams chase the wrong rabbit down the wrong path because of a poorly functioning AI process with unclear roles and responsibilities. Point number 2. An AI world is still all about solving business problems. If we were to choose the most important point in this video, this would absolutely be it. AI is still all about solving business problems, and if your business problem isn't clearly understood or defined up front, then your results won't be clear either. As companies and enterprises look to leverage AI as a competitive advantage, they will need to be ruthlessly focused on the outcomes they're trying to deliver. Here, you're looking at Datum's information value management platform. As an example, if our goal is to increase customer satisfaction by 20%, we can get a good idea of how AI could be used to solve our problem. We can determine if it will help us in getting a better understanding of our customers' preferences and buying patterns, or how loyal they'll be to our brand, or how much it'll cost to retain them if a service is delayed. If AI can help to solve these problems, then we can see what data we need, and what skills will we need. What are the best models that need to be applied, because there are well over 100 to choose from. There are a slew of decisions that are based on the business intent and focus, and even if we're sharp in our analysis, we need to make sure that the results address our initial business problem. These are all landmines that the right approach and mindset can help address, but AI teams all too often ignore. The main goal of data governance should be to create business value through data, and this is no different in an AI world. Clear business problems must be defined before the power of AI can be leveraged. Point number 3, a partnership between AI and people working together is much more effective than either working in isolation. Unless you're a customer service rep or a toll booth collector, let's get away for a moment from the hype around how AI is going to take people's jobs. True value in AI today lies where people and AI leverage strengths that can complement each other. We just talked about how data governance teams make AI more effective by clearly identifying opportunities and use cases for increasing business value. AI makes data governance teams more effective by freeing them from pouring through heavy amounts of data. Once set on a course, AI can then be turned loose to do things like analyze data patterns and trends that are invisible to the human eye, removing inherent bias and errors from the analysis, and distilling those results into recommendations and alternatives. That then allows people to step back into the picture using human intelligence to understand the stories that the data is telling them, and then make decisions from recommendations and alternatives that best hit the original business objective. We're a long ways away from a machine being able to understand all of the nuances and subtleties of the best decision across many different planes. But this is where human intuition, judgment, and moral reasoning far exceed AI capabilities today. If we're to look specifically at a governance role, say for example a data steward, the focus of the data steward will shift away from analyzing business rules, policies, and metadata, and more towards figuring out the right questions to ask in order to solve problems. Those questions will, once again, be the ones that have the greatest organizational impact and business value. Having a laser focus on the problems the organization needs to solve, the roles that need to be accounted for, and the outcomes that the community expects. To sum this point up, AI is very good at learning how to hit a target once it's been given one. But if that target doesn't solve your initial problem, or if the target is against the wrong objective, then AI will only help you get to the wrong places in a hurry. People are the difference maker and a true AI competitive advantage, as they can counterbalance the analytical power with an elevated understanding of the real-world business challenges across a variety of different domains. And point number 4, data governance is mandatory for AI to scale. We don't build buildings and roads just by looking at the land it sits on. We look at what's surrounding them, how they fit into the larger infrastructure of the city, and how things might scale in the future. The same should be true with AI. In multi-segmented companies with multiple business units, each business unit will have their own unique projects in which they'll want to apply AI to address market and customer needs. Not to mention their own B2B and B2C applications, multiple data-driven systems, internal systems, external systems, customer and partner systems, and various APIs connecting data and sending data into and out of the company. Data governance is absolutely necessary to develop an AI strategy and an operating model that scales across the organization so it can be leveraged for its full potential. Each day, the data volume and scale increases, so a true governance strategy is needed to make AI a scalable capability for the enterprise, while also not compromising uses of AI data for other business functions or goals, such as for compliance, operations, analytics, and so on. So this brings us to the end of our 3-part series on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. We hope that this series has given you a sense of the possibilities that are out there, and you're as excited as we are about what AI holds for the future. Be sure to let us know what you think of the series, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.